welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the beautiful wooden desk. It feels great to be back, and welcome back to beautiful Taiwan. For those of you that metaphorically came with me on my little getaway to Korea, thanks for the support. Thanks for watching the videos that were not all about Taiwan for a change. It was certainly nice to be making some videos about something a little bit different. But if I'm honest, I definitely did get a little homesick while I was in Seoul. Seoul. I said Seoul. Can we go back now, please? So, yeah, I think the magic desk might need a little bit of a service. But anyway, as I mentioned, great to be back in Taiwan, back in Taichung, back behind the magic desk, answering some of the questions that people may or may not be asking about my life here in Taiwan. So, what are we talking about today? Well, while I was on my jollies over in Korea, relaxing, enjoying some time off work, it got me to thinking about asking myself, how hard do I actually work here in Taiwan, and how does that level of work compare to a typical situation or job I might find myself in back in England? Now, in the title, I ask, how hard do foreigners work in Taiwan? And while yes, that does apply to me, I am a foreigner working in Taiwan, because of the extra work that I put into this channel, maybe 20 or 30 hours a week, my typical working schedule doesn't really match that of other foreigners working here. Therefore, I'm going to look at it from a more general, typical view of what an English teaching foreigner might face when they come to work here. And yes, I admit that the term typical foreigner is very stereotypical, and there are a plethora of other foreigners from different countries around the world doing jobs different to what I'm going to talk about today. In particular, the Southeast Asian workers that come here and work themselves to the bone to support Taiwan's manufacture economy, look after the elderly, and generally fill the gap at the lower end of the employment market. Foreigners in that demographic definitely work much harder than your English teaching foreigners, in my opinion. But due to my extensive experience as a typical foreigner in Taiwan's English teaching market, that's what I'm going to be focusing on today. So, first of all, let's take a look at a pretty objective fact: the number of hours that your typical foreign English teacher will teach in class per week, which is around about the 20 to 25 hours mark. Of course, this can change according to your contract, but this is the industry standard to qualify as a full-time job. Or actually, in fact, 14 hours is the bare minimum that you need to have on your contract in order to qualify for your ARC, for your working visa. Now, there may be some extra additional hours, admin or phone calls or talking to parents that you may need to do, but you'll only probably be paid for the hours that you're teaching in class. And this is where a lot of people get a little bit confused about what is required of them and what they have to do for the school and what they don't have to do. I know a lot of foreign teachers value their time very much and refuse to do anything unless it's written in their contract. But basically, the number of hours that you'll find yourself working here in Taiwan compared to a normal job back in your home country will be significantly lower. Again, I feel I need to clarify, of course, there are exceptions to this, and there are teachers that will work 10, 11, 12 hours in a day in order to maximize income, and there are some very naughty teachers that go against Taiwanese law and will teach kindergarten, although it's strictly illegal and forbidden and nobody should ever do it. But again, back to that word typical, and you'll find that your typical job as an English foreign teacher here in Taiwan will be in a cram school, working 4 or 5 hours a day, giving you 20 to 25 hours teaching a week, just as I do. So if we are just comparing the number of hours worked here to the number of hours worked in a job back home, then yes, 25 hours a week may seem very cushy. And there are people here that definitely agree with me and live a very easy, relaxed life. If you are working in an English cram school, as many foreign teachers here are, then your working day isn't going to start until about 12 or 1 o'clock. You have all morning to be as lazy or laid back as you want to be, and you don't really have to put in too much work above and beyond what is stipulated in your contract. But there are, of course, teachers that come here with a career goal in mind, much more passionate about the education industry and want to do the absolute best that they can do. And as I'm sure many of you will agree, education is the kind of career that has no end. It's literally relentless year after year, and there's no limit to the amount of work that you can put into your job. Not to mention the holiday factor, which is something maybe for another video, but as a cram school teacher here in Taiwan, you can pretty much wave goodbye to holiday pay. I work 51 weeks a year, and apart from some red envelope bonuses at some festivals and a week's unpaid holiday at Chinese New Year, it's an absolutely relentless slog. Some schools do operate on a Western holiday schedule and give their teachers some holiday, maybe 50% pay depending on the school, but holiday pay here in Taiwan for a foreign English teacher, jobs like this, they're about as rare as rocking horse. And I've actually had some friends suffer severe burnout and had to return to their home countries because they can't handle the relentless nature of the job, or they give themselves too much pressure to provide the best education they can to the kids, or indeed they get a lot of pressure from their job, from their boss or the parents of the students, and they just can't handle it and have to quit and go home. So the answer to this question all depends on who you ask. Ask a caring, passionate, English teaching foreigner, and they'll tell you that they work bloody hard to get the best out of their kids as they see the responsibility that's involved in giving someone an education. The majority of my English teaching friends here probably fall within this circle of the Venn diagram. Ask a 1 year just passing through, I'll teach as I go through my travels to support myself, and they'll probably tell you that it's an easy job with zero pressure, just a way to make easy money. Ask me, and let's be honest, that's why you clicked on the video, to get my opinion. But yes, if you ask me, I'll also tell you that yes, it is a very hard working job and there can be big pressures and responsibilities. But at the same time, it's absolutely the best job in the world. To see kids' lives and education changing and developing as a direct result of your presence here is absolutely an honor and a privilege that I feel very few jobs can give you. And also, it's the kind of job that with experience, you get better and you learn the different techniques to help your teaching stick into the kids' minds. So, in summary, in my opinion, foreign English teachers here in Taiwan do work very hard, or at least much harder than some of the trolls and haters online would have you believe when they're telling you we are just white trash, white pigs that come here for an easy life and to be treated like stars. And yes, while there are people like that here in this country and in every country around the world, the majority of English teachers that I know in my friend circle, in my social circle, are very caring, passionate, hard-working teachers. We genuinely enjoy putting a little bit of extra hard work into our jobs in order to see the benefits in the children's performance. But as always, I'm sure that there are many people that disagree with me, and if you are one of them, then please feel free to write a comment down below with your opinion as to why you disagree. But yes, overall, in my opinion, foreign English teachers work very hard here in Taiwan. And that's not to say that the other Taiwanese teachers don't work hard too. Probably they're working a lot harder and have a lot more pressure from the parents because of their Chinese ability than we do. That's definitely something to be taken into account. I'm going to bring this video to a close on a rather beautiful quote that I read online from an unknown philosopher who stated, If you find a job that you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And that couldn't be any truer than it is for me here. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos coming in the future. But I'll see you next time in my life in Taiwan. Peace.